because Discord says I'm live. Discord? OBS says I'm live. Okay, so hello there. It's been a long time, but I'm back, and I'm ready to look at this this roll of 1955 coins, San Francisco Mint. This is my second roll of them, and the first roll had some really amazing coins in it. And then I open this one, and wouldn't you know it, it's got the same die chips, and it's got the same little crack over here, break. I should probably bring up a second Cuds on Coins. Let me just get, I should have got this ready, but also I should have gone live apparently an hour ago. So I pushed the wrong button. I believe, was this an interior die break? I wish Paul Sasso was here, because that man would put me straight. Okay, wheat reverse, doody-doo. I think there's a ton of 55s. 55S. I'll have to cut this video down because I'm sure this is... Holy crap, there's some cool things on these. Not on this particular one. I'm looking at interior die breaks, and if you want to know what I'm looking at, it's this guy here. Come on. I'll make it embiggen it for you. So I don't think that's what I want. This is Cuds on Coins if you're not familiar with it. I believe maybe it's retained Cud that I'm looking for. Lincoln Cent. Like you see, 55 has its own year. Its own category, I suppose, because it's already a year. Wow. All right. Here we go. So these are what we're looking for here. I'm pretty sure you see my cursor. Some of these have this break on them. What are these called? Retained and pre-cut die breaks. Is that a RCD, retained Cud die break? I believe so. All right, so these particular coins had any number of these in them. Here's the, you can see here, this has the filled in 55. You can see right here, this is what I just showed you on the obverse of the coin I have. This is almost exactly the same one. We'll look on the reverse for these breaks. These are really cool coins, and I actually intend to put these on eBay. Hey, Jess, what's up, dude? So anyways, Cuds on Coins is a really great reference for this. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm going to put these on eBay. And if you have a name, you know, like RDC 1C 1955 S07R, next to your title on eBay, people pay more money for it because people want stuff that has names. So again, you can see the this marker on the front, and right at the B and the E on this. These are the BIEs, the buys, whatever you want to call them. Heck yeah, they're worth money, man. Check it out. This so I don't know if you caught me at the very beginning of this, but I had another roll of these 55S, and it was just full of these breaks. So I opened this one this morning. I was just going to go through it myself to list them. And I'm like, you know what? This one is full of them as well. Some of them have it on both sides of the wheats. Both sides of the reverse, I should say. But this one has this nice break here. So that goes in, oh, they're all keepers, but that one definitely goes in the keeper pile. And I should say these coins, oh, right on, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. These coins came from old Mickey Fur. He's part of my Discord group. And here's the beginning of the BIE, the buy break. Or is it a break? Must be, right? So this is, you can see, in fact, this one is, I'm pretty sure these are on here. What I have going is sort of a progression of the BIE break. I'm not going to get too into the weeds with this because I tend to get very in the weeds. And I tend to wander. Jess, thanks for, by the way, man. You know, you're the one inspiring me to get back into this because you constantly talk about my channel, and I never get on here. So I need to. All right, full disclosure, I had a full-time job up until Monday that took a lot of my time with a 2-hour commute, you know, 1 hour each way. So I didn't really have a lot of time to do much. And as of Monday, Eric is unemployed, but I'm not really stressing it too bad. I'm going to take this time to, number one, post the hundreds of coins I have on eBay for sale that I've never had time to do. I should say also, I should be looking for RPMs on these, though admittedly I suck at finding RPMs on S mint marks. I'm terrible. This looks like a pretty normal coin. Jess, is the audio okay? Everything is good coming through? I was on a voice channel last night on Discord, and old Chuck couldn't hear what I was saying, and I assumed it had to be his stuff, and then I look at the gain on my mic, and it was pretty low. So we got a normal coin here, and if this is anything like the last roll, the normal coins will be the odd ones out. What I understand about looking for S RPMs, audio is great. Thank you, sir. Start off with like 2 subs. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's true. I did have like 2 subs. So, let's see here. S mint marks are hard for me. I could pull up copper coins and take a look because that's usually my go-to. Got some more normals in this. That's all right. That's all right. They're still nice coins. Oh, got some little stringy boy on it. Oh, that's the beginning. Is that the beginning of the crack? Let's see if I can adjust this lighting. Oh yeah, there's definitely a... Maybe this is the better lighting for it. Turn the overhead completely off. Focus is pretty good. You can see that crack inside the wheat that leads up to the... Who the heck just jumped into my Discord server? Oh no, that was a different... Was it mine? No. Sorry, I got notifications popping up. So yeah, you can see this guy has the little break there in the wheat. It's got the beginning. Oh yeah, look at this. I don't know if you can see this crack. Oh, look at that. That's actually not too shabby. It comes in off the side, and it works. I wish I had a pointer on here. I could throw a toothpick in there, but I think it would be... Oh yeah, look at this. This goes all the way up into here, up into the top of the wheat stalk, or the... What the heck is that called? Is that still the wheat stalk? What I want to get is a nice AM scope like Chuck has, because he was showing us stuff last night that you could see in the resolution of his camera and the ability, the optics of his scope. It was insane. Like, you can see, it's like you're looking through an electron microscope, man. It's crazy. So this is actually a pretty cool coin. And what I might do with these is put together a progression and sell that on eBay as the progression. You know, if I can show You can see in this guy there's a little chip. This was meant to be a kind of a maybe a 20-minute video of going through these and just sorting, and later on I was going to go through and label them, but there's actually a bit of a break in this guy too. But yeah, I'd like to have a nice AM scope. Those things are sweet, and the lighting that he was showing us last night, and the ability, I think he's using a 16 megapixel camera as well, which the detail on that thing was just insane. You could see individual little, you could look inside the flow lines of the, as the coin struck and more coins are struck, you start getting, you can actually see the flow lines in here. They're going towards the outside of the coin, from say the date, and you can see them going out towards the rim, and that's just teeny tiny little particles flowing and moving as each coin is struck. It's pretty cool. Let's see, I might turn my overhead on this because that S might be repunched, and again, I'm terrible. None of these are going back into circulation, so I will look at it closely again later. Some of these have a really cool crack that goes right across Lincoln there, but nothing much doing on the obverse of that bad boy. Possible RPM, just because there's some fatness there that I need to investigate, but I don't really want to do it on here so much. Okay, we have a normal coin. Take it. Again, if highly recommend checking out, well, Jess, number one, Copper Coins, the Discord. I should put a link to the Discord server in the chat, or at least in a comment, because as far as I know, Mickey probably has more rolls to sell. I don't think he's, actively trying to sell a whole bunch, but I bet you if you hit him up, say, hey, Mickey, turn off that overhead again. It just kind of floods it out, I feel like, and you can't see the cracks quite as much in the wheat stalks. But again, you can see I believe what are the flow lines on here. I'm not an expert, but I know a little bit. You can see die markers. You can see those scratches that go along north-south along the E. I think the one on the N is an actual, a post mint. But if you don't know what these things are, you can see those scratches, and a lot of times you can use those if you think you have a particular double die, like a variety. You would confirm it by using those die markers. See the ones going into the N. There's a big one right there. It's real nice, going through of. Okay, so there's some cracks in this guy. Might later on scope that and see if that works in the progression of the break. What's going on here? Give you some overhead again. You see that big ball on the bottom of the S? To me, that is, I don't know if you can hear my stomach, but it's just going nuts, and I'm whatever. I mean, it's going crazy. I'm not hungry. I actually ate breakfast today. This guy's looking pretty normal, but let's turn off the overhead and see if that brings anything out. So my scope has these really bright LEDs on the top, and then it has the two arms come out of the back. It's a Andon Star. Got it off of what's it called? Amazon. I think it was like $120 or something. I think Jess got the same one actually. You can see in this M here too some of these markers. So if this was an RPM, I could compare it, because more than likely somebody's gonna post those on their their page, Wexler's, copper coins, whatever, because those are very obvious. I'm not even looking really for double dies. I don't even know if any exist on these. I'm sure they do. Okay. Oh, let's see here. Turn back the overhead. But so light is really important, obviously, when you're doing this. It's everything. Well, I mean, your optics and all that are important too, but your overhead, your light overall is really. And I learned quite a bit about that last night from Chuck. I was thinking I didn't want a specific light source that would cast shadows, but duh, you need shadows to see the contrast and the flow lines, or the cracks, the breaks, whatever, the notches, the spreads. You want to cast a shadow so you can see that stuff. Not seeing anything on this guy that stands out. These are beautiful coins too. Like in hand, they're really something. You can see a little bit of a clash right there. Let me see if this helps. You can see it by his neck. Not on the chin, that's a hit. But you can see the vertical line coming down from his neck. So there's a slight clash on this one. Sometimes you can see the C back here too. And I think you can, just barely right behind his neck, there's what goes into a curved. Yeah, you can see the C right there. It's just touching the back of his hair, actually. Oh boy, where's my toothpick? This is hard because my magnification is so much, but right, don't mind the end of my toothpick. Right there, there's a C. Maybe I should get a clean toothpick for next time, huh? These are such awesome rolls. I'm so excited. I was gonna wait and do this with my daughter when she's around, but I kind of want to take advantage of the blitz that is the holiday season with eBay and coins, and just get some stuff on there. My store is ridiculous. All I have on there right now is, I believe, selling unsearched copper rolls by the pound. I've not sold one. Thought I had a pretty good deal on them too. But these are just basically all copper coins that I threw aside and did not look at. Is that 9 having... Hold on. Let's do this real quick. Let me just get where I need to be. Die variety search. 19. Maybe I should show this as I'm doing it. Basically, if you go to Copper Coins Home, you go to this. I know Jess has shown this before too, but over here, can you see this? Oops, I'm moving the wrong thing. Just want to make sure you can see my whole screen. So I used to go through by series, Lincoln Cents, No. Go to the home page, hit Die Variety Search. 1955. We're going to go to San Francisco, and we're going to look. Okay, so there's a lot of doubled eyelids I should be looking for, apparently. Obviously, you can see this very clearly, these extra mint marks. Ogre, what's up, buddy? Welcome. I didn't even know you subbed. These are those BIE coins. Well, this is a different eBay store. Right on, Jess. Thank you. I appreciate that. I think the smart thing to do is to have a copy and paste description, right? With all that information in there. I think I need to start doing that. Okay, so there are RPMs, there are doubled eyelids to look for, but mostly I'm kind of hoping to find some more of those BIEs and some of the brakes in the back, the reverse. That's a relatively clean coin right there. Hello, T-Bird. What's up, man? Welcome. Wow. I would almost say I'm nervous, but, you know, actually having people watching, but what makes me really nervous is when Chuck is watching me search coins. Forget it, man. First time he got on, he's like, "What the hell am I looking at?" Like, damn, dude. I don't know. I was actually shaking. I mean, he's just a dude like us. But, okay, so this is pretty cool. You can see this big old chip and crack. And if Paul Sasso was here, he'd tell me exactly what this is. Ogre might know too, though. If this is a retained cud, but doesn't that... so my understanding is a retained cud die break has to go from rim back to rim. So some of these had that, and they were so minor. Like, oh, can you see it right there? I can see it. Let me just keep turning this. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. I'm going the wrong way. But you can see this does go... The more you turn it, the more you can see. Nice. You have two 1955 double dies, 55 Philly. Is that right? Right? Yeah. Like the big banger. That's a find. So this definitely has some cool stuff going on. I'll look at it closer later to see if it does go rim to rim. But that goes in the stack of... look at closer later coins. I feel like sometimes having this on is good, and sometimes having it off is good. So I guess I'll swap back and forth, looking for a double. So it's also good, I find, when you're doing this, to have a way that you know, essentially a muscle memory of, okay, boom, look at date. Boom, look at eyelid. On this one in particular, I'm looking down here for these. There's the start of that crack. Right? And then over here, I guess technically I should be looking at In God We Trust too, but I know there's really not going to be anything on there. But it's nice to have a way of doing this. How's the focus on this? Let's see. Ogre. Cool stuff. Heck yeah. Boo, boo, boo. Ogre, I gotta send you a couple of these, man. Yeah, I like attributing these a lot. I actually, last night we were on the Voice channel for like 4 hours attributing coins and laughing a lot. It was pretty funny. And then Chuck came in, and he was he's working on some a 1909 project that's really pretty cool. Trying to figure out. I guess there's like I'm not really hip to the whole what's going on with the 09s, but apparently there's some discussion about how many errors were on every coin from the master die or something. Now this might be an RPM, and I'm seeing that line running through the S, through the center of it. And according to Eric Beyer, that's what you're looking for, is these lines that run through the S, not necessarily on the serifs. Ogre, were you there when Paul was talking about somebody's mic being left on and hearing his wife complain about coins and quit buying coins, you can afford cigarettes. I don't know if you were there for that, dude, but that was the funniest damn thing. Because Paul thought it was one person. It ended up being the other person, Joseph, who was right there in the freaking chat, and it was so damn funny. That was me. Oh, that was so funny. I really enjoy those hangouts we do live. It's fun. I can't talk to anybody else in this house about coins without annoying the shit out of them, so. Unless it's a really cool one. Have I been looking at eyelids on these? I don't think so. The funny thing is these different breaks in these have been so cool. I don't really even care about the double eyelid. You weren't there. Oh my god, dude, that was so funny. It was so funny. That was at the end of Chuck's game when everybody was in his voice channel. Jess, you should jump in on that sometime, man. Chuck does a pretty cool game where it's just a high-low guess. You buy $10, buys in. You're guaranteed 2 coins. Sometimes you get a $20 coin, you know, and it's generally worth it. It's worth it for the fun. It's definitely worth it for the knowledge you get from listening to somebody talk about coins that knows a lot about them, I would say. And the camaraderie. Only we that collect, inspect, and closely get what? Yeah, for sure, man. And I will say, well, I learned how to look at coins by watching Eric and Chuck on their live coin reveals. Like, that, I haven't been doing this a hell of a long time. I'm generally a pretty quick learner, but watching those guys and what they do, man, and I can't, right now, I can't justify getting in on any of the reveals as far as like participating in buying coins, but I watch every one that I can because I always learn something, and the accessibility of those guys is awesome. Hey, you too, T-Bird. Thanks, man. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, like the level of just the years of experience you get from listening to those guys, and the ability to ask any question and they will answer it right there is pretty good resource, and I would say it progressed me very quickly in this hobby. What is going on here? Ogre, you said you're in Southern California, right? So you didn't have any effects of the earthquake or anything. But I wonder, did you feel it? There was an earthquake up here in New York. That must have been back in April, just before the eclipse. And I go on Facebook and everybody's talking about an earthquake, and I'm like, thinking it's like in Indonesia or something. Turns out there was an earthquake not too far from me. All kinds of people, even north of me, felt it. Did not feel it. That's a good size one too, man. A 7, right? I think that's what it was. But I got people north. The earthquake here happened south of here, and people just to my north were like, "Oh yeah, we felt it." I was pretty upset because what a cool event. Felt like the world was going to end or something, man. We had an earthquake, and then the freaking sun went dark, and all in a very short span. I wish I was better at these estimate marks, though, seeing RPMs, and I will go through these closer later when it's... I feel like I need to entertain on some level, but maybe the coins are the entertainers here. Because, man, I can go down a rabbit hole. Here we go. Is that just damage or is that split? Crack? I believe that is a crack. And actually, I believe I know which one this is. It is huge. Yeah, man, for sure, for sure. Put links in the videos, places. So Jess, real quick, man, do you type every one of these out individually? Like all of your links, all that. You copy and paste, right? Like maybe I was thinking about putting it in a Word document and then just copy and paste, and then tailor it to each video. So I'm gonna check this out real quick. This one is, it's not that. I think it's this one here, or the star. Right here. 02. I think that what I have here, let me move this out of the way and just put it where you can see that. I think this is the beginning of this guy. Look at the shape of that. Let me get rid of the red line. Right there. I think that's that. God, my stomach. Can you guys hear that? How embarrassing. I've kind of gone, it's weird. I quit working. Well, I didn't quit. Got laid off or fired. I don't really care either way what the definition of what happened. We're closing our survey department in this office. Anywho, I thought I was going to gain weight. I'm like losing weight, which is nice. It's definitely a chip right there. There's probably a crack running up this side. These coins are awesome, man. I'm gonna make a video showing how to. Hey, right on, man. Thank you, Ogre. Thanks, man. These are killer coins, and I wouldn't mind. You know what? I should send you guys some just for hanging out. What do you think? I'll throw some on eBay. Help some of my buddies out that collect these things. You know what I'm saying? Jess, I gotta send you something anyways, man. After winning that V-nickel from you. That was pretty cool. And let me say, man, I really appreciate all the just shout outs, man. Always. And I figure at this point all I have to do is go live once a week. Chip at the T. Shoot. I always throw these in a pile. Let's see. I think this is the one. No, that's not the one. Oh well, it's lost forever. I should probably have a staging area where I put it as soon as I'm done with it. So if I read the comment and it says something like that, I can recall that coin real quick, eh? Oh, I was saying thank you, Jess, for all the shout outs. And if, like I said, if I do one video a week, I would probably get some subs. I haven't really been trying. Like I said, before, work was taking up every bit of time I had. That and actually just searching coins. Last coin had it on cent. Ha ha ha. Son of a. I know that one of these is going to be have a nice break in the BIE. I know this. I saw one somewhere. I should be looking at the doubled eyelids too, or for them. Boo, boo, boo. There's a nice little chip. Gonna look for the break. Going to the rim. And it looks like there might be a little crack there. Coming from the rim to the wheat. And then it follows the wheat up. Let me see. Does that crack go through? It's amazing. You just turn these damn things a little. Yeah, look at that. You can actually see. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Heck yeah. Some of these are not on Cuds on Coins, I noticed. So, I I feel like I need to what do you do, man? See, oh yeah, there's a T. Chip on the T. I don't know what to do when you find a really nice coin. My go-to was, I don't know if you guys saw that freaking 88 RPM I found the other day. I should show that real quick, huh? This is the coolest coin I've ever found. So I'm going to put that one aside. That's a nice one. Where is... Boy, I hate to lose that. Where the heck did I put it? Ah, here it is. The funny thing is I got my desk all in order this morning. It's the first thing I did. And now I can't find anything. I got to be really careful with this guy. This is a never before seen RPM from a 1988. Let me see if I can just focus on that a little bit for you. You see the the extra D there. This coin is awesome, man. And I looked it up. It doesn't exist. It's like a discovery coin, man. At least on Wexler's, Copper Coins, Variety Vista, nobody has this. I sent it to Chuck. The only thing Chuck said to me was, if that's what I think it is, you have something special there. I mean, this coin is nearly perfect. It's just such a beautiful coin. Obverse and reverse. I mean, for an 88, this thing is pretty wild. But I don't know what to do with it. I would like to, I don't know, send it to somebody who will attribute the damn thing. Because it's better than any of the other RPMs for that date. Like, none of the other ones are even close to as nice as that and pronounced as that. This looks like a freaking RPM to me. For no other reason than just that big fat S. Is that a split in the bottom serif? I don't know. Again, I'm terrible at S mint marks. There is some, is that a light clash? Yeah, you can see the T just up and left from the 1. You can see the vertical right by his throat there. I believe that's part of the N. I like it. I like it. I like a good die clash. I'm a big fan. I have quite a few really nice ones I should list on eBay. Ooh, look at that guy. Got some nice, nice color to it. Not quite a woody, I would say, but certainly has some variation in the color, which is cool. I love those. Don't let Dan McCumber see it. That's an inside Dan McCumber joke. If you want to get that joke, join my Discord server. Here. Hopefully this doesn't mess with anything. I'll just throw a link. In the chat. I think. Right there. I think everybody here is in my Discord server, but for those in playback mode, there's definitely some cracks running through that wheat. What's this here? It's kind of neat. I like that. I want to see what this looks like not under the scope. I keep seeing that and thinking it was a crack, but I don't know if there's any DDRs on these, are there? Let me just see real quick. No, it's all mint mark. Okay, the known errors on a 55, because you should look at the entire coin. There's only 2 double die obverse. You have 1 and 2, 1DO, 0, 1 and 2, and then everything else is mint marks. What's up, Joseph? How you doing, man? Oh yeah, there's some nice. That's a nice little coin there. It's got some nice color. This is not going even remotely as fast as I thought it would. You can see those die scratches going into the 9, into the 5. It's a great way to identify this coin, if it was anything. Right on, brother. Ogre, listen, man, you gotta prioritize. If it's not me, I get it. It's cool, dude. I'm happy you're here, Joseph. Makes me feel like I'm not talking to myself. Although, surprisingly, there's more than one person here concurrently. Well, this guy's got some nice color too, I think. I really wish that these lights would show exactly how beautiful these coins are. And you know what? That's probably... I'm gonna... So I got a 3D printer the day before I lost my job, which is definitely a good financial investment. But I want to start printing some stuff for the coin community. And one of those things will be a light diffuser. Right on, man. You know, I never played Call of Duty. Oh, Jess, I don't know if you're still around, dude, but I know you said you play Fortnite, and I used to play some Fortnite. That might be some fun. I was okay at it for a little while. I have streaks of brilliance and streaks of absolute. I just got my ass kicked by a 14-year-old kid on Adderall. Actually, more of the latter usually. Oh, right on, man. That's cool of you, Jess. I appreciate that, because here's another useful video. How to... Oh, look at that lamination. Little issue right there. That is a very early little lamination peel happening. And if you don't know what that is, if anybody's just happening to jump on and doesn't know what that is, it's just a bad mix or something in the alloy that causes... This is a really great description, Eric. I should do one thing at a time. Basically, it's just a bad mixture in the alloy, and a piece of it's peeling away. I don't know if it can sometimes be because of maybe moisture in there, contaminants in the metal. It can be a number of things, but I think they're just generally grouped together as a lamination error, lamination peel. You can see that this guy has something going on that grabbed that little strand of hair or whatever. Okay, to finish that other thought too, sorry about that. A video of how to effectively upload stuff to eBay. Like, I know you want to do things as groups, as much as you can, so that you can just copy or sell something similar, right? I think is the eBay terminology. If I remember correctly, it's been a hell of a long time. Oh, here we go. This guy's got some chips in the date. This might be a more entertaining one anyways. But yeah, putting things on eBay, it seems like it just takes too long, which is why I never did it. No. This only has the chips in the date, and then that little break right there. I guess I should look for a doubled eyelid. I don't think that's one. Let me look real quick. No, they're more pronounced on this. 1DO001 is a tripled eyelid, so that's cool. Again, I'll go through these better later. There's a big old chip in that. Look at that. I don't really talk like a southerner too much. I guess I never have, even though I grew up in the South. But every once in a while I'll say something like a big old, that's a big old this. So there's hints. I wonder if this goes to the rim. Let's take a look. Sorry if I'm making you seasick. Yep, look at that. It goes towards the rim, but maybe doesn't quite get to it. See, if I had an am scope and Chuck set up, I could follow that little crack all the way to the rim. That thing is just remarkable. This is kind of cool, though. It comes off that big glob and goes up the outside of the wheat. It's funny because, like, I haven't uploaded a video or done a live in forever. And really watching Jess talk about me all the time, I was like, what am I doing? I need to get up there and make a video. But I think back to my early days. I haven't watched my earlier videos in a long time. I don't know if I want to. Probably should erase them, but at the same time, it's it's a memory. It's a moment captured at a certain time, and I can maybe track my progression in the hobby. I should do a best of. There's a little bit of a clash here, you can see too. Here, you know what? Just for the fun of it, let's do Mad Die Clashes, and I will show you the denominational overlays real quick so you can kind of get an idea if you're not familiar with what you're seeing. Let's just move this guy. Well, here, this is what I'll do. Move that guy there. I'll move this guy here. So you can see. Boop, boop, boop. My God, man. My stomach is like. So right here you can see. Let me make sure you can see my cursor. Right here, you can see that right by his neck. And then over here, if I turn, yeah, right there, you can see, what the heck? Is this a misaligned? No, sorry. It's the E. It's the bar of the E going towards the 1. There might be... Sometimes you can see the wheat stalks, and that's pretty cool. And then right here, you can see right behind his neck, you can see... Can you see my cursor? You can, right? All right, this C, you can see the top, or I guess technically it'd be the bottom of the C. So those are cool. Those are fun. Like I said, I love a good die clash. I like to find a nice strong one. A little PMD up there. All right, we got one single eyebrow. I should probably speed this up a little bit. Are you guys bored, or you all right? Should I sing you a song? It's funny because I actually have more of a New York accent. Not currently, but when I say certain things like song, I can't help it. Been here for 14 years. 14 long years in the Empire State. Sounds like a book. It's been good. I've enjoyed living here, although I intend to get out of here ASAP. This losing the job thing, I have a little bit of money saved, not nearly enough to move halfway across the country, but I feel like it's a big kick in the ass to get on out of here. My little girl's in North Carolina, and that's where I need to be. That's the plan. A little bit of toning? No. Okay, sorry. Okay, this is going back to that really cool. Hopefully this one goes back to the rim. Some of them do. You can see this guy coming off the rim, going up through the wheat stalk. If my terminology isn't just right, understand that it's come a long way from saying the thingy. Terminology's always been my weak point. Yeah, this is a really nice little break here. Here's a question. Who would be interested in a weekly show of coin people, mostly talking about coins? I thought it'd be kind of cool. Get some people on there talking about, you know, I'm not trying to compete with anybody, no coin Q&A folks or any of them. I'm not here to compete. I like to, I'm more of a cooperate than a competition sort of dude. But just get on there and talk about coins, you know. Maybe we talk about some new errors that were found over the past week or whatever. I wish I could get some better light on this. But I was thinking about looking into Streamlabs and trying to figure out how to use that software. It can't be that hard. But to get on there and just talk about whatever. Do a little lesson of this is what this is, or I think it'd be a lot of fun. And really anybody can jump on as you want. Go in chat, say, hey, let me on. Oh yeah, thank you, Joseph. Please hit the like. Please hit like and subscribe if you are enjoying. Yeah. What is going on Discord? What channel is... Oh. Joseph, you're getting some people in here on your Discord. Alright. I'm going to say hi to them. Oh, alright. What's up, Ogre? You're back. How was your call, man? Good? Turned out alright? I think I'm like halfway through this roll. I really thought this was going to be a 20-minute stream. I keep seeing like that 9 looking split, but that's just a contact mark, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I see, Joseph. You have the X-rated Discord. That's cool, bruh. That's a joke. Hey, here you go. Here's the beginning of the BIE. You can see just below the bottom right of the B and the bottom left of the E. Some little chips happening there. I need to figure out how... There must be a way on OBS, like even like some kind of MEP systems. Ogre, I don't know what an MEP system is, but I like coordination. So yeah, this is going to go into my progression of the BIEs, but I am glad to hear the conversation went well, sir. Little crack in the head there. Yeah, I'm gonna put together this progression, and I might have 1 or 2 of them, honestly. Put them up for sale. Well, Sasso was telling me that these 55S sell for a fair amount. I haven't looked. I really haven't done much. I come home and I look at coins, and then I go to bed, and then I wake up at 4 in the morning and I drive to work. I stay miserable. Well, I wasn't miserable all day. If I was in the office, I was pretty miserable. I'm not sure what's going up with... I think these are just something in that die. The B and the E on the top of them. You can kind of see that little shelf. I wouldn't call that any kind of machine doubling or anything. I think that's because they're all the same. I believe that would be something on the die itself. Start of the V looking. Yes. Yes, sir, that is the start of it. Some of these coins actually have that entire ginormous break in there. This is a pretty cool one too. These are some of like early progression ones. The other roll had some of the later ones. I can break some of those out and show you. But yeah, this is pretty nice right here. Look at that. That's traveling way up the stock. I think I'm slightly out of focus. That might be a little better. It's fun to like follow these and see where they go. This one possibly goes all the way up there. If I had better lighting and a better scope. Hold on. Let's try something here. This is just my side lighting. Let's try to just turn it up. Look at the T's got a little something going on there. You can see the die flow lines going outward from the center of the coin. So yeah, I think I have like 20 unfinished thoughts. One of them is I'm going to 3D print at 15 cent. Yes, sir. I'm going to 3D print some light diffusers, and I'm going to practice with different opaque colors, you know what I mean? And what I want to try to do is eventually be able to represent the actual, like this coin looks this color, but it's not perfect. There must be a color you can use of the material that would then show the coin perfectly as it looks to your eyes under a light, that, you know, so it looks just the same under the scope. Although this is pretty close. This is that beginning of that other one too. Pretty cool. In a very loose sense of the word. See, I'm out of focus here because I was focusing on the wheat, which is a little bit higher. Another thing Chuck was showing last night, man, I don't want to give away all of his secrets, but I don't think he minds. He has his coin resting on a beanbag on his scope, which is super cool because, like right now, this coin being as it is, it looks actually like it's pretty flat, but there's times where you don't want it flat on the surface and you want a slight tilt to it so you can then cast a shadow to see different features on that coin. This one might be an RPM. Do you see that little notch at the top of the S? Let me turn it. You want to attribute something or try to? Yeah, I see also in the... God, I wish Paul was here. I would totally bust his chops right now. Some funny stuff he was saying, describing coins last night. Okay, so let's take a look real quick on copper coins. I don't know, if you're on your phone, you might not see this, but I'm seeing... This is probably not an RPM. What's the best way to see this damn thing? Not like that. Focus? No, that's not as good as it was with the overhead. Okay, so I'm seeing lines in the curves of the S. And according to Mr. Buyer, that's what you're looking for. So now let me show you on here where you can actually see my cursor. Can you see my cursor? I keep looking at the YouTube thing and I forget that there's a delay, but when you do see it right here, these guys, that's what Eric mentioned one time to look for. Obviously, another thing I look for is you can see all these flow lines. Like, look at these things. And I know they do change between die stages. Not die states, but die stages. So your flow lines will change, but your die markers will remain the same. Well, asterisk. Now you're getting into what's a permanent die marker, what's a temporary die marker. The color on these coins is just killer. I wish it would come through. Maybe it is. But that's not that coin. So what I'm looking for is I'm just putting it straight up like this. If I'm going to teach you how to find RPMs from a guy who can't find them, so take it for what it is. I'm looking for the proximity to the 5 of the actual mint mark. Okay. And then another thing I'm looking for, if you can see my cursor, can you? Now maybe you can. What I'm looking for are these flow lines to, let me get rid of that red line, I'm sorry. To match these guys. Chuck was saying last night that he tries to get these so that you can look only at this picture and identify these coins. And there were a few that was very easy to do. You know, like there would be a big die scratch coming off the tail of the 5 or something like that. It was pretty cool. And you guys, anybody is welcome to come hang out in a chat anytime. And like last night, it was really cool. We were actually, what were we discussing? The 66 FS 101. I found one of those a few weeks ago or a few months ago. I don't remember what it was. And we got into this huge discussion. See, this one looks kind of close. Proximity to the 5. I think mine's a little bit closer. I don't see any die flow lines. There's some, but they're pretty weak. But that scratch right there is going to be, it doesn't exist on mine, so I'm going to say no. Check these real quick. But we were talking about something I don't really know a lot about, and that's the class of the double die. I learned last night class 1 starts at the center of the coin. The rotation or whatever starts at the center of the coin, versus a class 5 that starts at the edge of the coin. And so that, say like Liberty, if the rotation started here at say like 8 or 9 o'clock, which is K8, K9, that's what that stands for if you ever see that in the description. So if the pivot is here, Liberty's not going to be very affected. But by the time you get over to Trust, which is completely out of focus, you're going to see quite a doubling of this. Like on the 66 FS 101, the U has a whole extra thing over here. It's a pretty cool coin. And the 6 is also quite doubled and nice. And then we got into this whole conversation about, is it clockwise, counterclockwise? It was pretty fun. There's a lot of stuff being talked about there. So anybody is welcome at any time. And also on top of that, anybody's welcome to jump into a live a voice channel, and just I set it up so anybody can go in there and coin roll hunt. And it's really fun. And it's really nice to learn from people. Like, I want to say everybody on Discord. Last night was great. It was, dude. That was so much fun. Oh, thanks, Ogre. I'm not used to having to read comments because nobody ever watches my stuff. Public made you special. Aw. Right on, Jess. I really appreciate that, man. I'm going to check it out. But yeah, I set that up so anybody can go on there and share. And everybody on this Discord server is just the nicest person. I've never had to even remove a comment from anybody. It's a great place to go. Everybody's super humble, and I think that helps a lot. Everybody's just there to learn and enjoy the hobby together. I can't say enough about how happy I am that everybody's there. And it's been great. What the hell was that noise? Did you hear that? That was not my stomach. It sounded like freaking machine gun fire. That was really loud. Did anybody hear that? Yeah, man. Let's see here. I mean, there is an Army National Guard base not too far away. At what, Stewart Air Force Base? Right here, Stewart International Airport or whatever. Here's your BIE beginning. No sound here. I mean, you get my sound, right? But you didn't hear the machine gun fire you're saying? Here's your beginning of your, it's a later stage than the one I found earlier, but here's the real beginning of that BIE crack. And you can also see it at the top left of the B going out of it in a northwesterly direction. So that's cool. That will go into a progression. So check this out. I'm going to 3D print some Capital coin holders, like similar to the Capital, you know, the hard plastic ones with the plexiglass. I'm going to print those, and I'm going to do collections of those. This guy has a little crack, maybe. I might be reaching here. That might be a die. You can see that might be a scratch in the die going from the rim through the wheat almost down to the U and the N. Looks like it's in line with that. But yeah, I'm going to print up some holders, and Chuck had a really great idea of doing one. Well, it would be several of them, but every 1960 Denver RPM collection, which is crazy because there's like 300 of those freaking things. See, look at this. Do you see that line in the S? My sensei told me that that means something, but that also could be a trick of the lighting. These overhead lights will sometimes make you see stuff that just isn't there. No BIE. No doubled eyelid. This is actually a cleaner roll than the other one. The other one I went, oh geez, wrong button, Eric. The other roll I did was full of, if I don't find any in here, but I think I already saw, oh, there's a nice crack running through that. Running north through the wheat stalk. It doesn't come out that I can see with this scope, but that's okay because other ones do. What was I saying? It's hard to like keep your train of thought here. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, the light. The light can cause some serious. And what's the name of that? What's that word, that term? Where you see what you want to see, and your brain, it tricks your brain to think it's something it's not. Loud sound, great. I think I have one similar to that. Okay, gotcha. So you can hear me, but you couldn't hear the machine gun fire. That's good, because I don't want anybody to know I live in the ghetto. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad. Kingston's okay. Amazing how much detail you are able to notice on the mint state. Yeah, man. Way better than the wheat scent roll. So, Ogre, I highly recommend if you ever want to get some of these, go to Mickey, dude. Just send him a message and say, hey, I heard from a little birdie that you have some banger ass wheat scent rolls. They're not cheap, but it's really about quality, man. I'm only buying wheat scent rolls at this point, except for the 10 rolls of the 88 Denver, Illinois armored ones I just bought from Copper Coin's website because I want to find another one of those RPMs. I think Chuck is on it too. He's trying to find it. And I believe the reason he's not giving me any instruction on that coin is he wants to find another one to verify it is what it is. You know, I think that, you know, Chuck would never burn anybody. And I know he wouldn't burn me by trying to find one and do anything. It's funny, these thoughts that go through your head. You can see these same die markers on this one, the 9 and the 5. However, these being what they are, I'm still going to look for these die breaks in the BIE. No, but I think what Chuck is doing is going through and trying to verify that that is a variety. Because that's the only one that exists. That's crazy, man. What a cool coin of that 88 Denver. A lot of stuff going on here with the N. You see the lines running through it? That's another nice die marker, I believe. So here's what you can do if you're really in a hurry. I'm not sure what's going on with the mint mark there. It might just be something on it. It could be a hit. It could be an RPM for all I know. That 9, the tail of that 9 looks a little fat, but I don't think so. So anyways, to finish the actual thought, the line's running to the 9 right there and running off to the northwest. I'm going to use that as a die marker to identify this die. And if there's nothing going on this coin, this is a little experiment to see are there any breaks on coins with those markers. I'm not seeing much. Just more die markers, really. So, okay. So, the ones with the lines running to the 9 look to be pretty clean coins. So, let's take a look. Next time we find one of those, this is a different die. You can tell because it doesn't have those lines running to the 9. You can see your flow lines in there. No doubled eyelid. No, wow, this is a much cleaner roll than the other one. Like, really. This coin has nothing wrong with it. Isn't that funny that, like, that's a bad thing? Apparently, years ago, people didn't even give a crap about errors. They didn't want them. It was undesirable. This one has a crack running north through the wheat stock. I don't see where it comes from. I think it just starts in the wheat stock itself. One day I'm going to be Eric Beyer level where I see a die marker on this damn thing and I'm like, oh, that's the boo boo boo. Imagine. It's like some photographic memory shit, man, or just repetition, I suppose, but it doesn't help or it doesn't hurt to have an incredible memory. I think this is exactly the same coin as I just had up. I'm looking to see the die flow. Oh, but this right here is proving my theory, my hypothesis, I suppose, and that even though it's the same die, I feel like it can still have breaks that happen. So this has the beginning of the BIE. It might be a different die though. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know that it's the same die. I would have to spend some time looking at more markers. Saw little shelving lines on Liberty. Let me see. Yeah. Yep, right there. A lot of these coins have that on the BE. They have like a little hit or something. Diagonal line at the S and die marker 1130 position stand out. Hey, my stomach is making noise again. What's going on here? Shut up, I just fed you. There's a beginning of the die break that happens in these two. I'll jump over real quick to show you. That's not it. These are 55 Denvers going into the San Francisco. Right here, you got these happening. I think there's any number of breaks that happen. 55S is such a cool year. Like, look at these. They're just full of awesome errors. This is a nice, is that retained cud die break, RCD? That's what that means. I thought some of these had the die break on the front though, or the crack. Yeah, I mean, you got that, but there's a different one too. Maybe they don't have it on here. Maybe I need to send them an example. Wouldn't it be cool if you could just get paid to do this? Oh yeah, there's a lot going on, man. It's awesome. Love it. I love this stuff. Like, if I could just get paid to sit here and look at coins and talk about them all day. Can you imagine? That's the good life. That's success. Dude, it does keep on giving, man. It's crazy. This guy's got nothing on the back, though. It's interesting. Because now I'm starting to think, what was the progression of all of these breaks, right? All of these breaks came from the same die. And it's like it started on the front with the BIE break. And then, after X amount of time, the back started breaking up too. Like, I bet if I spend hours and hours looking at these later, I can figure out the actual progression of the break. I feel like I have enough coins with different marks on them. There's a break right there in the wheat. Very, very light. Does that go to the... Wait. What's that? I don't think that's a break, is it? Do you see what I'm saying? That little teeny tiny crack? No. Maybe, but I don't think so. Bum, bum, bum. I believe the kids call that vanilla. I don't know what it means. Boom, 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 boom. All right. I don't like having to constantly change my focus. Is there an... Well, I guess an autofocus wouldn't be much fun either, because you lose all your control. I control very few things in this world, but my focus is one of them I like to hang on to. I wonder what that would sell for, Ogre. Put that on eBay, because there are people that absolutely love these. I mean, you're one of them. What's going on right there? Oh my God, it's the Extra V. Holy cow, I'm rich. And Joseph, if you're just listening, I'm kidding. It's just a big old, see? Little contact somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna It's funny because I feel like I should be doing a lot of things, but my love of numismatics and trying to come up with a cool progression, I think, is going to take precedent. It's for science, you know. Yeah, how do you price something like that? You know, like, you probably put it on a, I don't know, just some research. This one has some nice tone to it. You can see the streaks. That is so cool. I'm gonna have to look at this one not under the light, because that is really cool. Does that come through on the YouTubes? And if you're on Facebook, what's his name? Matthew Valet or Saleh? There's two of them on here, and it gets really confusing. Both really knowledgeable dudes on Discord. But one of them, I think it was Valet. He posted the 2021 the big die break obverse, and he has a progression on it on one of his. Hold on, I can tell you exactly what. If you're not a member, it was Valet or Valet Shield Sense on Facebook. That's a really good group. Doesn't have your typical bunch of jerks on it. His post was 2 days ago, and he posted a progression of that, really, like, that's like the $200 whatever break on the 2021. That thing is sweet. I actually have OBW rolls of the 21s I should open, but they're pretty boring. Of course, then again, the 88 rolls are pretty boring, and look how that turned out the other night. This looks like it has a break. Maybe not. Anyways, it's got great color. Oh yeah, that's a killer looking coin. Almost done here. I got like 10 more coins. How we boo boo boo. 38 views, man. Look at you guys. I appreciate it. Awesome, Jess. Thanks, man. Check it out. Really, thank you. Thank you for doing that. It's very kind. I need all the help I can get. I have all these ideas in my head, like I never have time to do anything about, and I'm like, I feel like I have a 2-week span where I'm not freaking out about having to go to work. I have an out. A good friend of mine offered me a job, a really good job too, comparable or better than the one I had, but I would have to sell my soul a little bit and stay in New York for another year at least, because I'm not gonna go work for a guy I respect a lot and then say, well, it's been a great 2 months, I gotta go. I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I especially wouldn't do that to him. But it's at a company where I would just sit and draft all day. I also don't know that I want to sit in front of a computer all day, even though that's what I'm currently doing. But that's different. A little crack coming out of there into the tip of the wheat. I don't know where it goes, if it goes anywhere. It looks like there is. Oh, yeah, look at this. Man, I'll tell you. Joseph, what else is new, brother? Sorry, I'm just busting him. Yeah, there's a lot of nice breaks running through there. That's very early in this progression. Let's just bring this guy up again. And I believe 55S, 55 Denver. Okay, so I don't think it's this one. One of these had a number of lines. could be that one, the O3, but I don't think so. I think it's more like something along the lines of this one that has the multiple breaks running through. Yeah. One of them had, I feel like it had a whole bunch of lines running through the wheat stock. Look at that number. Stage B, 10R. I guess that would be 10 retained R. Is that what that means? 8R. Are they all R's? Sorry. Squirrel. They are all R. So I guess that designates these all as retained. I need to spend some time on Errorref and really, I like to know what I'm saying, but at the same time I'm comfortable saying I don't know something. So definitely check it out and don't take my word for what the hell it is. Could be this one too. But it's a very early example, the one I have right here. It's a lot of cracks running through there. So that's cool. I'll take it. This might have a very early... Man. Hey, quick, can somebody loan me like $2,000 so I can buy an Amscope with awesome lights and a beanbag? Hey-oh. Oh yeah, look at this bad boy. This is going to be a good one. I can tell you already. R is retained. I think so too. Blue Ridge Silver Fun Feud. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Ogre. Was it from New York? I wish I knew somebody in New York. The extra V's came from here too. I found a few of them. All right, Ogre. I think this is going to have the BIE. I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, it doesn't. It had all the other markers and indicators. The big BIE has this filled in 55. Let's just check for the eyelid. No. It's funny the little teeny tiny movements after a while of doing this that you can get under such magnification. Oh, look at that bad boy. Look at that. Boom. Is it better with, or I think without the overhead? Yeah, man. In the reverse of that thing. Look at this. Look at that. That's, I think, a true retained Cud die break, in that it goes from rim into the, what the hell is it called? Into the wheat stock. Or a device. Is everything on here a device? I believe so, right? Dude, there is 5 people watching this, and I want to say thank you to everybody. Like, I appreciate it. I've never had 5 people watch me before. But yeah, so this comes from the rim into the device, back to the rim. Now, here's the $1 million question. What's on the other side? There's the T. There's your die break, or die chip on the T. This might have something on this side too. Some of them do. And oh, it's got something going on up there. Look at that little guy. Huh. I should have renamed this a study of the 1955 retained Cud die break coin progression for science. I also found the secret to sounding good on a microphone, and the trick is don't drink any water for hours, and your voice eventually gets deep and hurts, but it makes for good radio. Wooden nickel to set up my coins on top. What I'm using currently is not ideal, but it's a small mason jar. Like we do a lot of canning, or we used to here in this here household. Big gardener. I love growing food and certain herbs. Allegedly. And so I had this sitting. I saw Dirty Water on one of his videos, and I'm like, what are you using? And he had some kind of like little cup with a, like a furniture pad that goes on the foot of the furniture to stop from scraping the floor. So I didn't have any felt pads, and I just said, hey, I'm using a mason jar. And I bet you that I could print something. Oh, look at that. Bam. That's a nice one, too. All right, we're heating up a little here. He's heating up. Anybody remember that game? That's going back to the 90s, I do believe. We'll stretch the coin a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm kind of wearing off the metal base of my scope. Oh, look at that thing, man. Look at that. God, that's awesome. So Sasso was telling me the other day that these things were, he's like, dude, that might be a $20 coin. That's my best Sasso voice. I'm working on it. I like Paul a lot. He's a good dude. We met up and went metal detecting down in Fishkill. Not too far from here. It was about an hour from each of us. And we did some snow metal detecting. It was it was quite the experience. We're driving up this mountain to this guy's house where I had permission to metal detect, and we're going up the mountain and the snow's getting deeper. It's like, what the hell are we doing here, man? But we had a good time. There hasn't been one big BIE on these, right? Like, am I correct in that? Yeah, man. Another 55. And those are the ones so it's the ones with the filled in 5 that have the really cool break on the back. And that would be, and funny thing is each of these is a progression. Like, I think all of these on here are separate. So like right here, the 07R has the beginnings of a filled in 55. Even the mint mark is filled in, and then on the back it has that break. But this is the one right here. So this is cool. When I post these on eBay, it's the RDC 1C 1955S 05R Stage B. Okay, so they do have them broken into stages. That's cool. I wasn't sure. I think I have some of the stages, though, that are in between, like fillers of these guys. I just need to know how to submit it. I guess you contact them. Sasso's missing out right now. Oh, I know. I don't know. I didn't tell him I was going live either. I bet you if I did, he would have tuned in. He's going to have to catch the replay. It's like you snooze, you lose, pal. I'm pretty sure an email went out said I was going live. Of course, I went live an hour late. And I do apologize for that. Sometimes I confuse my hours. Apparently, just like I confuse east and west. Which is funny because, surveyors probably shouldn't do that. But I say you shouldn't judge, so there. Take that. Alright, nothing going on with this guy. It's just a regular old coin. If I don't find an actual filled in BIE, I am going to open that other roll that happens to have never left my desk. It just says awesome on it. It was probably one of the best rolls I've ever looked through. But I thought I'm almost certain I saw one of those on here. And that's why I said I'm just going to go live and do this one. Nothing, man. Nothing. Did anybody get the He's Heating Up? I believe that was NBA Jam. He's on fire! That was a great game. As was NFL Blitz. I don't know if you remember that. Like Blitz 99. I can't tell you how many hours of my life I spent playing that game. Actually, I bought it. Bought an N64 for my boy, and that's one of the games that was a condition. We have to get this game. We played it once because he's not like a real football guy. You guys into football? Anybody? You like football? Sasso is a character. Everybody's a character. I'm still laughing from stuff last night. I woke up this morning laughing about the whole cigarettes thing. Like, that was just so damn funny. Don't smoke, kids. Cigarettes are not a laughing matter. This one has some of that cool color on it again. These are getting less cool. This is how you know this is real, right? I didn't stage the cool coins for last. But I do have a roll of them if I need to break them out. It has a little break in it. Again, though, it's gonna... That little die marker right there, coming off the wheat to the rim, will be something I'll use later to make sure these are all on the same, from the same die, I guess. That would be a really easy way to look at just the reverse and see. Not much going on, though. £5 per purchase, Jess. What'd I say? Like, you know, when I did the math on that, it wasn't really making much money. What is going on here? Look like the S is filled in. I haven't seen this one yet. Yeah, I think it comes out to like that weight. I figure, what was it? 3.11, 454 grams in a pound, times 5 divided by 3.11 times 100. Came out to like, I don't know, it was like $8 of pennies. I was selling for like $12 or something. I mean, it's a profit, I suppose, but at the end of the day, I don't know that I even want to sell any. Because there's none of them are searched by me, you know, by me, asterisk. I don't know if somebody searched them before I saw them, but I tend to find a lot of really decent errors in these coins around here, which I don't know if that means people don't look. I can't imagine that there's, I would say this differently. I would imagine there's a lot of people around here that are coin roll hunters just by population. But I have found, like I said, I found the 66 FS101. That was such an awesome coin to find. I almost threw that thing back. I didn't see. And then at the last second, I kind of noticed something wrong with the U. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't realize what an awesome find that is, because that's kind of a rare coin. All right, got 2 left out of this roll. Let's get some magic here, some fireworks. Dude, I swear I saw the full BIE. It's like Abe's laughing at me. I saw it. This is a really nice coin, actually. I have some really nice coins I got from Chuck over the years. Over the year. And I really should look into some, I don't know, grading kind of intimidates me. I mean, I guess I enjoy gambling sometimes. I don't really have a problem with gambling. But I've never wanted to send something in and have it graded. This is the last coin and there is nothing on it. Okay. Hold on. That's fine. I have this tube right here, and I just want to show, because these obviously came from the same place. This is from there you go. Look, I had it right on top. That thing's awesome. My stomach agrees. All the fines coming across, you need assistance. Dude, you're not kidding. I really do. Lately, I have been spending more time organizing than finding. Believe it or not, I've still been finding things though. But yeah, I'm trying to motivate my son to give me a hand with these. I told him I would split the profit from eBay. 50-50. So yeah, this was the much later progression, and I think I have some that are even earlier than this, but later than the little V at the bottom. Let me look at a couple more. What the heck? We're already at how long has this been going? Discord will tell, or OBS. Oh my goodness, an hour and 42 minutes. I feel like, you guys ever watch Car Talk? I really enjoyed Car Talk. Well, there you have it. You've gone and wasted a perfectly good hour and 42 minutes watching me look at coins. Can I use that? I don't want to steal from anybody though, but that's exactly how I feel. Don't drive like my brother. So would you guys watch a coin round table of sorts? We'd come up with some kind of funny, stupid name, I'm sure. Because we're all just a bunch of hacks. Not really. There's actually some really smart people on the Discord server. Joseph, are you telling me that you're playing with a fish? Because that's really nice of you. This is the other roll still. There was, some of these had the really big break at on the bust, on the jacket. That's a nice one there. I think this one's on Cuds on Coins. It's crazy. All the damn information out there. Imagine doing this back in the 80s or something, when you had to like call someone up and talk to them about it and maybe fax a picture over to them. There's that crack starting. It's got one side of it. Later on in the progression, it fills in on the bottom to make a more oblong football shape. Yeah. So these are the 55S. I am going to. I told myself I would put together some stuff for eBay. So maybe I should I have a bunch of 60 RPMs to list. I saw a guy list these things the other day, and I don't know that he was being on the up and up, really. There's your filled in. This is going to have the big break on the obverse, or the reverse right here. Yep. But there was a guy who basically had a cherry picker's guide page with a coin and a flip laying on top of it, so it kind of blocked out what was underneath it on the page. And he had a really nice looking thing, and the description was nice, but I noticed that all of his coins were selling for $8 and $9, whereas other people with the exact same coin were selling theirs for like $4. So I don't feel like that's very honest. But I mean, buyer beware always. Oh, there it is. There's the big later stage, yes. Quick explanation for anybody who may be wondering. Did you really, man? Ogre, that's sweet, man. Those Mexican coins are absolutely fan-freaking-tastic. All right, I'm going to put away the 55s, but there's another nice beginning, which is funny because this is more advanced, this crack here, whereas this is an early stage of the BIE. And real quick, in case you don't know, I'll explain it as it was explained to me, the difference in die state and die stage. And the state is early, mid, and late die state, right? That's your three. And then in each one of those, you have die stages. So whatever is happening, say a crack like this happens, and you have an early die state, but you have a progression of cracks and breaks, and that each one of those can be considered a stage of that state. So yeah. Real quick too, just for you, Ogre, I'm gonna put up the really cool double die I found in a Mexican, because it just needs to be shown off, man. Yeah, please put that up too, man. I'm excited. If so Paul Sasso and I decided we're gonna go through Mexican coins and find errors and label them, attribute them. So this is one I found maybe a week ago. I was going through I pounds and pounds and pounds of foreign coins. This thing is killer. This is one of my favorite coins I've ever found. If you look at the doubling on this, on the every freaking letter really, and it goes all the way across. Look at the A, the T, the S. I mean, it just keeps going. It goes into the design here, even into the design farther from the rim. You can see it. Look at that thing. I'm going to call this, I'm going to guess this is a class 1. And the reason I'm guessing this is a class 1 double die, look at the S, isn't that cool? Look at the serifs on the end. I mean, what the heck, man? I saw this and I was just like, that's the one I've been looking for. But the reason I'm calling this class 1 is it seems to be equally distributed all the way around the rim, or the edge. And then if you go into the center of the coin, there's really no noticeable double die in there. So what that tells you is that the pivot point of the the rotation started in the center. So anything closest to the pivot point has no or very, I'm sure with a super good microscope I'm going to zoom in there and see something maybe, but as you go away from the pivot point you're going to get more and more doubling until you eventually get something like this. So anyways, that's the stream, man. Boom, I'm back until I get a job or something. So I hope I don't get a job, but I also find a way to survive and to do this all the time. And thank you guys so much for hanging out. I'm going to see you on Discord, because that's always on. And yeah, thanks. Eric, Keen Eye Collectibles. Thank you, Joseph, Ogre, Jess. Who else was in here? I've never had so many comments, man. This is pretty cool. So this is what it's like to be big time. T-Bird, he was in here earlier. And yeah. Thank you so much. Look forward to checking out the stuff that Jess put up on Discord, because I need all the help I can get. You guys have fun. Take care. And be kind to one another.